Hello and welcome to the 2023 Capricorn full moon. So glad that you're listening to the recording and do hope that you're having a pleasant start to your weekend. My name is Judy Keating, and I get to work with Bonnie Salomon in our organization called Wise Transformation, where we open to soul alignment. And Bonnie and I are two women intent on bringing elemental wisdom and feminine magic back into everyday life. So we're going to have a crystalline energy session today. So included with our normal agenda, which is upcoming events, I'm going to call in sacred space. I'm going to talk a tiny bit about what it means to have a Capricorn full moon and a Cancer sun. And then we're going to get some ceremonial guidance from the elements. I don't know if this will take 60 minutes. It might be a little bit shorter than that, but please take time and pause the recording as you need to with whatever comes up. If you do have a card deck that you like to use when you're looking for guidance around the new and full moons, please grab your deck. It doesn't have to be the Elemental Forces of Creation Oracle, but I did pull cards for the collective for that today. So we'll just get started, and I do hope that this is a great exploration for you. Thank you. Okay, so first I wanted to remind you the wheel keeps turning. We've moved past summer solstice and we are fast headed to Lunisod. And with that, we have a great Illuminating Your Soul event. It's on August 6th, 2023. 3 phenomenal speakers that you have not heard before in the context of Wise Transformation. So I'm looking forward to bringing these friends of mine together to give you an incredible last harvest of the summer exploration. So if you're already registered, please mark your calendar for Sunday, August 6th. It's unusual. We moved it to a Sunday. We're testing different days so that people who maybe work on Saturdays have a chance to attend. So Sunday, August 6th from noon Eastern Daylight Time to about 3:30. In addition to the Lunisod presentations, there's going to be raffle prizes for those people that have bought a ticket for the whole event. You can still get all the recordings from Imbolc and Beltane and join us for Lunisod and be present for Samhain if you choose. So I invite you to go to wisetransformation.com and look at the Illuminating Your Soul page. This is an incredibly reasonably priced event. If you want to just attend Lunisod, it's $21. If you want to buy the whole package, it's $69. And of course, if you've already bought the whole package, you'll be getting emails telling you more information as we move closer to August 6th. And also, I am so honored that it's another turn of the wheel. We normally start online priestess circles in August, and I'm going to be leading a circle beginning August 22nd. Priestess is a lunar initiatory journey where you get to be in community, but you're doing a personal deep dive into your own connection to the divine. And this process has proved miraculous over time for many, many women across the world. And it is a 9-month commitment. We would meet once a week for about an hour to an hour and a half, depending on how many participants we have. And we would have weeks off for holiday time, and there would be a few weeks we would be off for process time. But in all, it's about 28 modules. So it unpacks itself slowly over time. But at the end of the 9 months, you have incredible tools, more self-awareness, and a community of people across the globe, women especially, but some men, who have done this deep dive into the inner feminine, inner masculine sacred union. So if you're interested, please go to Wise Transformation. There's information there about the process. And I'll be doing some more recordings around inviting you if you're interested. So those are a couple of events I wanted to announce. So we're going to open to the living field of creation. We're going to center and connect using the elemental forces. So just if your feet are on the floor, please put your feet on the floor for just a minute and just allow your connection to the earth to be felt through your feet, up your legs, over your hips, up your spine, all the way up your back and your front. Just feel that connection to earth. That resonance that we have because we are earth. So I just want to call on body wisdom today. And thank you, earth. And then we have water, the emotional realm. And I just want to invite the energy of float. That's been really up in my awareness. The ability to just to be emotionally held in support and safety so that you can just fully relax and float. And as we take a deep breath in, we call upon air, the power of intention, meditation, and prayer. The precious breath of life that allows us to be animated. Thank you, air. And fire, the spark, the warmth of the sun. Fire is the transformer. So we just invite energy transformation. We invite the ability for the sun to enable growth and all the ways that fire helps our life. Thank you, fire. And spirit, the unique divine of your understanding. The knowing of more than our physical senses, the knowing of something greater than yourself. We just invite the unified field of spirit to be with us today as we talk about the Capricorn full moon. Beautiful. So I'm going to start today with a CCT energy session. And if you haven't done these with me before, I'm purposely not on camera. I'm not well today. So just wanted to tell you that I'm going to ask you at certain points during the session to put one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly button. And it doesn't matter which hand goes where. Just do what feels natural to you. And then I'll ask you to move your hands, one hand above your belly button and one hand below. And again, doesn't matter which one, just put them in whatever order feels right to you. And then we'll move back up. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly button. And then one last time we'll move back to one hand above the belly button, one hand below. And then at the very end, I'll have you put one hand atop each other on the belly button. And again, just flat palm on the belly button and the other one on top of that. That can be really easy. This helps to move the energy, especially since we're on a computer and we're doing it over the airwaves. So if you would follow along, even though I'm not with you in real time, the CCT energy has a hologenetic kind of energy to it, meaning that it opens for you whenever you're listening to this recording. So it's in a multi-dimensional time. It's not linear. So no worries if you're listening to the recording, it still works. And I just wanted to offer this as a gift to you in this time of the Capricorn full moon and the Cancer sun, which is all about redefining, nurturing ourselves, nurturing our families, and building foundations that will last. The grandmother energy. So with that in mind, I'm just going to ask you to relax. You can close your eyes if you want. Don't have to, but you can. And I'm just going to take you through this session. So I'll let you know when I need you to move your hands. I ask to place the vibration of opening in your individual crystalline energy field and in our crystalline group field. I ask to place the healing chambers in the appropriate order for this CCT energy session in your individual crystalline energy field and in our crystalline group field. I ask to place the vibration of whatever intentions you have today in your individual crystalline energy field and in our crystalline group field. I ask to place the vibration of the 23 crystal vibrations, the 11 universal needs and mastery in your individual crystalline energy field and in our crystalline group field. I ask to connect each of you to the crystalline grids of the planet. I ask to connect each of you to the crystalline energy field. So go ahead and put one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly button. I invoke opening. So opening is aligning us to the crystalline consciousness, which is a way to reflect upon the place where all the solutions live. And we stay in opening for a while, and I'll have you move your hands in a bit. To just allow us to relax into that place where we are safe and we can receive whatever we most need right now. Go ahead and move one hand above your belly button and the other hand below. We're still in opening. Okay, go ahead and move your hands, one on the center of your chest and one on your belly button. I invoke one pure essence healing chamber. The healing chambers are sacred geometry that clears the path so that when we have intention, the next part of the process, we've got a clean slate. Go ahead and move one hand above your belly button and one hand below. We're still with the pure essence healing chamber. Okay, I've got some intentions here that I wrote for us. I asked to anchor in the following intentions as stated. Release old paradigms of pushing through exhaustion. Activate inner freedom at the soul blueprint level. a positive geometric configuration of belonging, leadership, and openness. Okay, go ahead and put both hands one on top of the other on your belly button. I invoke mastery. And mastery just allows us to integrate and to reclimate with the intentions we've put in. As it is intended, the new earth energies, so it is. Beautiful. So you may notice that you might need to stand up and move yourself around just a little bit. I ask for assimilation for every person that's listening to this recording. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to say some things that if you've listened to me before, you've heard before as you come all the way back to yourself. Usually when we have a full moon, the full moon and the sun are in opposite archetypes. I say usually because there's sometimes that's not true, but that's very rare. And the full moon has been considered the release phase, meaning we're at culmination. So in this particular time frame, we have a Cancer sun and a Capricorn full moon. So I'm going to talk to you about what each of those mean, and then we'll dive in for some guidance. So Cancer is all about teaching the meaning of nurturing. It's the devoted caregiver to family, friends, and projects. It loves home and comfort in all aspects of life. It connects to those around like the loyal and caring mother or father. It's sympathetic to the vulnerability of others, and it creates safe emotional space for what is tender, young, and growing. In the new paradigm, Cancer not only is the caregiver, it's the care receiver. So you want to give yourself as much nurturing as you can during this Cancer sun. Allow yourself to be tended to. Do what is comfortable. Do what is self-soothing. Allow yourself extra time for rest, for nurturing whatever you are growing and what is growing inside of you, as well as potentially taking care of loved ones, whether they be parents or children or puppies or cats or birds or whatever you have in your life. And but just really open to receive, where do you need care? Where do you need to tend to yourself? Where do you need to allow yourself to feel like you matter, like you're first on the list, not last? And then we have this Capricorn full moon, and Capricorn is like the big earth. It's the administrator, a mature and wise one, a disciplined teacher, a hardworking leader, a good provider, and a practical business person. It's ambitious, responsible, effective, efficient, and goal-oriented as it brings new structures into earthly form. It creates organizations and systems designed to last and support the generations to come. It's also the grandmother. It's the energy of the wise elder who knows why we have the rules that we do and can administer those rules with the loving hand, but with discipline that is for the growth of all concerned. So we have the individuated caregiver, which is in water, and we have this more administerial energy that is in earth. It's about building structures and foundations and things like that that really last over time. So you just want to consider that. And as I've said, we like to have a focus for the time that we spend together. What is it you're working on? What is it you are intending? What is it that you want to come further into fruition or manifestation? Or what is it you want clarity about? So those are a lot of questions. Basically, you want to choose the focus for the remainder of our time together. And the reason you want to do that is because the elements will open to you and will give you information. And the more that you have a conversation with them around something specific, the more the answers are going to be fruitful and be able to move you forward in a way that is hopefully ease filled and get you where you want to go. So I'm going to put some music on for a couple minutes, and you just want to be sure to write down, what are you focusing on in this Capricorn full moon? Okay, if for some reason you need more time, just pause the recording. And as I said, you can use any oracle deck that feels comfortable to you. It does not have to be elementally based, but we usually use the Elemental Forces of Creation Oracle because it's been a foundational deck in everything we've done. And most people who listen to these calls routinely have a deck. If you don't have a deck and you want to get one, you can go to lisa-michaels.com, and they have a really cool app that you can have the cards on your phone with an application called Deckable. So you can order a tangible deck that you can hold in your hand, or you can get one for your phone or your computer. So just want to give credit for that. And we use the deck because we ask the elemental forces for guidance. And I sit down and kind of meditate, determine some questions that might help give guidance around this time. The questions that I formulate, you do not have to use. Let me say that again. You don't have to use the questions that I put on the screen, but I do it so that you have something to follow if you want. So if you want to get guidance directly from the element that we're working with, just ask them directly. What guidance do I need around? Fill in whatever you're working on, and just open to listen. Or if you get questions that you want to ask, just make note of that. So I won't say it again. I have a tendency to say it several times in the call, but follow your own guidance. You can use the questions I have. And I did pull cards for the collective. If those are helpful, great. If you want to use a different deck, great. Whatever you want to do. So the first thing we do is we look at the earth realm, the physical realm, the tangible. And I pulled the containment card. Without containment, we would have no structure. So we have to have boundaries, we have to have walls, we have to have riverbanks, we have to have some sort of delineation between the you and the me, or the tangible, the table, your child, you know, they have separate containers. So because we're in the mid-year time, I wanted to ask what has proven to be foundational in your life that needs to be built upon. So it could be something that you're working on right now, could be over the last 6 months or so, but what has proven to be foundational? In other words, what have you determined? I got to have this as my base in your life that needs to be built upon. It's important to know what foundation you're building on. Okay, if you need more time, take more time. All you need to do is hit the pause button. We're going to move on to water. And I pulled the inner child card, and I just thought that was perfect for this Cancer sun. And what needs warm, heart loving energy right now? Doesn't have to be a thing, it could be you, but what part of you needs warm, heart loving energy right now? Just feel into that. Allow yourself to feel. I don't know about you, but I just felt like I got into a warm tub and I was just relaxing. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. If you need more time, hit the pause. Moving on to air, I pulled the peace card. That just made me breathe deeply. What thoughts, beliefs are most empowering to remain steadfast and committed to what you want? Sometimes when we get to the halfway mark or the 3/4 mark of something we're doing, we might get a little exhausted, which is why I did the intentions I did earlier. And our thoughts and our beliefs offer wind beneath our wings. So focus on what thoughts or beliefs are most empowering for you to remain steadfast and committed to what you want. What thoughts are those? Okay. So, moving on to fire, I pulled the will card. And the question that came through was, what needs transforming at this time? So, very powerful time of Capricorn full moon. What in you or in your life needs transforming at this time? And if will is assisting you, you can utilize it. Okay. I hope you're getting some good information. I'm certainly enjoying doing this call with you in the multidimensional time realm where we all are. And lastly, we're going to move to spirit before we put it all together. And I really got that spirit is whispering at this time. So you have to get really quiet. And I pulled the divine feminine card. So what is spirit whispering to you? What do you hear when you get really quiet? Okay. Lastly, I'm going to go ahead and put it all together. So you started out with something you wanted to focus on. You got messages from earth, water, air, fire, and spirit. When you put it all together in terms of how you're going to utilize this information that you got to access the Capricorn full moon in a way that is supportive for you, that is helpful for you, that is helping you move forward, and that is giving you the kind of guidance and support that would really be uplifting. So when you look at the answers you got, you put it together, what do you get? Okay, so if you need more time, just hit the pause button. I've really enjoyed being with you today, and I do hope you have a really blessed Capricorn full moon. I do want to let you know the next time we'll be meeting will be the new moon in Leo, and it's a Thursday. It's a little bit before the new moon, but I have priestess emergence, so which is very exciting. So new moon in Leo is July 13th at 4 p.m. Eastern, and I will be with you live at that time. We so appreciate your joining in on these calls, doing the inner work that these sacred timings allow, so that you can be your best self. You can move yourself forward with the full support of nature and the elements. It's part of what we love at Wise Transformation. So have a great weekend and be really, really kind to yourself. See you soon. Bye.